Hey everybody, welcome to MT Guitar. Today we're doing the first major hit from Radiohead, Creep, from 1992, although it did, I think, reach huge popularity in 93. It was off of their first album, Pablo Honey. This was known as like a slacker anthem, right? Kind of similar to Smells Like Teen Spirit or Loser from Nirvana and Beck. And this song is just a repeating set of 4 chords, so I thought I would do it in a way that was unique so that you can get an idea of what you can do with a song that repeats like this. Historically, Radiohead quickly moved on from this style and reportedly didn't play it live for a couple years. And so with their follow-up album, The Bends, they're already charting new territory. And you have the ability to do a chord melody because with a song like this, you've got the chords moving somewhat slowly. It's a really interesting progression I'm going to talk about in a bit. And but it also presents a nice chance if the chords are moving slowly, you can really focus on the melody. You can focus on playing over this in interesting ways. And of course, I will show you just the guitar part that is on the recording. That is basically an arpeggiation of these 4 chords. A lot of people on an acoustic would just strum this. So I'll show you both those approaches just for playing the song straight up. But I also will show you how to maybe play this song in an arrangement where you're playing the song instrumentally, the melody on top of the chords up the neck, so to speak. So this is in the key of G. All right, now bar chords are probably preferred for this song because the arpeggios are clearly just following up this E shape here. And so we have G, we're in the key of G. Here, this is a very, a sound that is really in our ear now through many hits doing this kind of thing, including, what's the song I'm thinking of? Otis Redding, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, right? Okay, and so that's going 1 to 3 major, all right, 3 major. It's not diatonic, so that B chord takes us out of the key of G major with just 1 note, but it does. Back into the key with C major, that's our 4 chord. All right, normally B would be minor if it's in the key, it's major. Now it's a 4 major chord, so 4 minor, once again, taking us slightly out of the key. This is a very common move. 4 major, 4 minor to 1. We see it in the history of songwriting in the past 100 years for sure, a lot. So 4 chords over and over, 1, 3 major, 4, 4 minor. It sort of allows us to play this melody, like I said. So if I just, I'm going to zoom in and kind of go into it a little bit more into detail, but just a quick sort of sneak peek of what's coming here. If I know this melody and I have an open G string here, it's kind of cool to be able to play an open G string and sing York's melody. Da, 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 da. Of course, I could just strum the song and sing it, but this is a fun approach as well. Now he goes here for the B chord, and we notice it's in the chord, right? Same thing with the C. I can sort of find the C, C minor, right? And over the chorus, the chords are repeating as well. So we'll cover that. I'll show you like a basic chord melody arrangement. You can have fun with this and keep adding layers and stuff of complexity. There will be a tab of this arrangement on the Patreon, patreon.com/mtguitar. Big thank you to all the patrons there. Really appreciate it. Remember to subscribe. It really helps the channel so much when you subscribe, when you leave a comment, when you hit the thumbs up. And we did just hit 60K recently, so thank you to all the subscribers. Hope you're doing well out there. Let's go ahead, zoom on in and learn this. All right, so we're going to start with the 2 typical ways to play this. Obviously, the recorded version is a good place to start. You kind of are doing this weaving pattern through these arpeggiations. It's slightly changing throughout the song, so you can have some flexibility there. But I'm just going to have a G chord here ready, and I'm going to kind of go up 6th, 5th, 4th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, for instance, is a good starting place. So let's try that. 3. And then we kind of kill time until the next chord, all right? And you can kind of repeat and we can throw a sus in there. So whether I'm repeating the exact pattern doesn't really matter. You can kind of be more spacious or repeat certain strings. I could go. See, I'm leaning on that sus a little bit more there. So that sus is lifting the pinky and putting it on the 9th fret 3rd string. It's a nice, and then back. A nice little movement there. C, C minor. So that's happening throughout the entire song. All right. Now, Johnny Greenwood's part gets a little more rambunctious during the chorus, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Some cool octaves going on, but you can do that. Now, on an acoustic, that might be a little bit, tiresome, or not really doing enough rhythmically. So you're free to strum this. So 3, 4, da 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 da. Right? Ba da 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 da. Sus. Da ba ba ba. Okay. Totally good. Then to C minor. Now, you might get tired of doing bar chords, so you can also go to open G, no problem. Even B7 is fine. Okay? Sounds a little bit different than the bar chord B, that's okay. C, and then C minor, we do need to bar it. It's too risky to try to open C minor, because if you let that E string ring out, you're in trouble. If you do that, you can get away with it, but as soon as that note comes out, you're in trouble. So I would do a bar chord C minor. So you can do 3 out of 4 chords open like this, and it's a little easier to play. So I get it if you want to avoid the bar chords. Sometimes they can really wear out your hand after a while on an acoustic. Problem with the open is that you can't do the sus on the B as easily. Although there is one thing I'll show you. If you want to do that sus on the open B7, watch this. I can go. But I have to resolve it by going to that B. But I'm going to go open first string, which is a sus, and then resolve it. Kind of a lot to get that one sound though. All right, so those are the 2 ways of playing it. And when the chorus comes, the 90s formula is to simply get louder. But I'm a creep, right? Now, of course, Johnny Greenwood's got the fuzz going, but he's basically just doing these chords. However, there are some octaves going on so let's get there. B, the widow. Starting on the C, what the hell am I doing? He goes like this. And then resolves in the G. So he's starting with the C, and then the D octaves. So that's 3 and 5, 5 and 7, 6 and 8, landing on the C minor, 8 and 10 at the end of the C minor when it lands in the G, 10 and 12. So that'll be, I'll tab that out as well so you can see that. It's kind of a cool thing you can do. It's almost meaningless by itself because it's not enough information for the chord. But when you're jamming along with the recording, or even in a band setting or with friends, you can surely throw that in. It's really cool. All right, now let's get to maybe what people are interested in is the chord melody, because I think playing the song, right, you get the idea. You get these 4 chords. So the first thing I recommend when you're doing this kind of thing is understand the melodies. Very good to learn. So even in one position, but we're going to go down to 3rd fret. So 8, 2nd string, hammer to 10, back to 8, 7, 8. So, and then down to 3. Okay, that's a nice G major melody. If you know your G major scale, there's all notes in here. Even this 3rd fret is in this position as well. So we're going to go, and we can have the G string ringing out for that entire time. So now, and wait a little bit. Now the melody goes it lands on a note, a chord tone of the B chord, right? So that's 8, 10, 8, 7, 7, and then I'm gonna wrap the thumb over to keep it so I don't have to bar it, and kind of do a little sus, okay? Nice. Now, this time he lands on a note in the C chord. So it's gonna be 8, 10, 7, 8, 9, and then I'm gonna just grab the C bass and hold these notes. See? Now I'm gonna do it again, this time land on a note, you guessed it, on the C minor chord. Actually, no, what am I saying? He doesn't even do a note after the G, it's just, but then I'm gonna respond with some C minor notes is what I meant to say. Okay, that is the 4-bar phrase at a slow tempo that you can run. Anyone can do this, I believe. Okay, so one more time. Just kill time, here we go. C. C minor. Okay, now let's go to the chorus. I'm going to get a little louder, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not doing it as a rock sound right now. I'm just doing the chord melody. So I'm going to, but I'm a creep. That's 8, 10, 12. Good thing about these famous melodies is we all know what it sounds like. We know that's correct. And then I'm going to go 10, mute, open 12, for instance, or 10, 12, mute 12. Either way. Both are good. And then 8, 10, 12, 12, 9. That's taking us to the B. Look familiar? That's the B area. And a widow. What the hell am I doing here? All right, so 12, 12, 12. 12, 12, 12, 13 slide. 12, 12, 12, 10, 12. A lot of 12 right there. That's a lot of B notes. That's over the C major chord, creating a C major 7. 10, 12, 12. See, it's coming from this C. Here's an octave of C. Here's a D shape. Well, here's like a major 7. What the hell am I doing here? This is why chord melody is so cool. It teaches about theory. I don't belong here. This is cool. He does finally a minor note from the G major scale. 8, 10, 8, 11, which is a flat third of G. We get a minor note. No surprise, because we're in C minor chord, which is a minor 4 chord. It's coming from the minor key of G. Okay, so that's called parallel minor. I don't belong here. C minor. Repeat to the verse. All right. Remarkably, a simple song for Radiohead standards. I think that's part of why they moved on from it so quickly into more complicated things. Good for us as a lesson, though, because it's slow enough that we can really dig in. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't want to go on, and I'll put a Patreon transcription up of what I'm just doing here. Nothing too crazy on the transcription so that you can do it at any level, but that I'll give some suggestions of how to move forward. Well, I've already given them here in terms of you can make variations, embellishments. You can see on my demo I was doing some fills, right? I can, you know, just some G major stuff. Right. Sorry. Variations. Right. I'm just sort of, you know, messing around, borderline showing off. I'm not trying to do that. I'm just basically saying, hey, you can have fun with this. Slow tune, you know, put that green light on to create variations and improvise a little bit. Make the song your own. That's what I tried to do. All right. Enjoy. Remember to subscribe. Really appreciate it. See you next lesson, everyone. Thanks. Bye.